Welcome back to another edition of the NFL Draft Bible Player Spotlight Show. I'm your host, Aki Euro Jones, and we're here today going back to the University of West Georgia. We have tight end Danielle Yousiff joining us on the line. Daniel, I want to thank you for calling. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me.
Now, the reason I hit you up at first was because you posted the YouTube highlight clip on my Twitter, and then I heard the instrumental over, and I was like, this might be my new hype song for the next couple of months, and I'm going to have to steal that for a highlight tape. But I watched the tape, man, and it was pretty impressive because you look like a guy who was able to move and find his way in zones in his own coverage, especially during the short routes, and you were running kind of crisp routes during it, and also you were doing a lot of blocking, which I was kind of impressed with because most guys don't show the blocking, they show the catching. And then you did a lot of stuff moving around the field, splitting out in a slot. Then you were able to come and run out of kind of like the fullback position. So you were able to do a multitude of things playing in the tight end position. So, you know, you're new to the scene. So tell us about yourself and why teams and why we should be paying attention more attention to you.
Well, that's exactly it. You know, playing at West Georgia, it's kind of helped me. You know, they demand a lot from the position I play, and like I said, you know, like you said, as you watch my film, you can see I line up anything from wide out, tight end, H-back, fullback, slot, and even catch like maybe a backside tackle play on a backside cutoff. You know, I'm very versatile. You know, I can kind of do it all, a jack of all trades, and yeah, I'm always prepared to just do whatever it takes.
All right, so you started at Eastern Michigan, and you transferred to the University of West Georgia. What was the reason for transferring out of Eastern Michigan, and what made you choose West Georgia as a place to continue your career?
Well, what happened was when I first got to college at Eastern Michigan, you know, I was one of those kids that just, you know, wasn't ready. You know, I was a little bit immature. I wasn't prepared. You know, I had to suffer some growing pains up there. And, you know, West Georgia and Coach Dickey really, you know, gave me a fresh start. And, you know, I kind of became a man and grew up down here, you know.
Mm-hmm. What do you think in Coach Dickey's offense has prepared you to play at the next level? Is there anything, because it was a run-heavy offense. So, excuse me. So what do you think that you learned just being there that you think the tools are going to translate over to the next level?
Well, exactly like you said, you know, we were in a run-heavy offense. I was second on the team in receptions with only 18, so that kind of tells you how, you know, little we actually throw the ball. You know, it's kind of helped me just to make the most of every opportunity, you know, when my number's called, you know, you got to deliver. And also, you know, it was a humbling experience, you know. I got to, you know, really have to focus on grinding it out and earn every catch and every yard. So, you know, it kind of prepared me to, you know, develop that blue-collar mentality.
So what do you have to show to the scouts, you believe, to show that you are a complete tight end? Because a lot of the, as far as receiving, a lot of the passes you caught were short routes, and you wasn't really able to display the long speed as most tight ends will kind of need to see in the new era of tight ends, because it's more of the athletic, lean tight ends that can kind of stretch the field and oppose the matchups to the linebackers and the safety. So when you have your private workouts, what are you really trying to display to coaches to scouts that they haven't seen on your film?
Well, that's exactly it. You know, I want to show that, you know, the offense that I was in, you know, it really wasn't indicative of what I could do. You know, I feel like I am a player that can stretch the field vertically, especially, and come up with a big play. And hopefully through these private workouts, you know, these scouts will be able to see that, you know, as well as obviously my fundamentals.
Let's talk more about your pro day and workouts. Have you had your pro day, and what were the numbers that you're looking to put up? And you're talking also about private workouts. Where have you been getting interest from as far as from NFL teams, or any feedback that you've heard from any NFL teams?
Well, so far right now, as far as the pro day is concerned, you know, we have something that, you know, myself and, as you know, David Bailey, our running back, you know, we like to joke around and call it the small school curse. Our pro day, we had some scheduling conflicts of some sort, and somewhere along the line, I guess wires got crossed, and it didn't actually happen. So that was a big blow for us. So, you know, all the training and dieting and everything over the last, probably since about January, you know, it was kind of a fiasco there. But you know, as far as interest, I've received a little bit of interest from the Jaguars, Panthers, and Lions. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully, somebody will, give me a shout, and they can, hopefully take a look at what I can do.
Well, without having a pro day, what is the next move? Are you looking to jump into any of your regional combines? Are there any schools that are close that you're looking to sneak into their pro day and get some work done? So what is the process from there? Because this is kind of foreign, not having the ability to showcase yourself and showcase the other skills that you possess, because all they have to go from now is just your agent's word in the film.
Absolutely, and that's been the struggle. My agent and myself, we've been networking. Obviously these pro days are all wrapping up now. So, if we can get out one here in the last couple of days, obviously, I'll fly to wherever and do that, if someone's willing to let me participate. Basically, as far as the numbers are concerned, we kind of want to look at the top guys. You see the guys in the combine like Tyler Eifert and those guys. They put up pretty good numbers. And my agent and my goal for myself was to get as close as possible, to market myself as a bargain version of those guys coming from a small school.
Okay, now say playing at a small school, the biggest knock is going to be, the level of competition he's played against. And even though you did start your career as a Division I player, you've been playing at a Division II school. So what is your answer to that question? Because that's something that we all had to deal with. I played at a 1AA school, and it was still considered not a high level of competition. So what is your answer to the critics?
Well, the answer for that is, you kind of, when it comes to small school players, the people may want to take a better look just based on fundamentals, there's always that knock, like you said, that they may not be as big or as athletic or whatever, but, they have to make up for it to succeed somewhere. So usually it's in fundamentals and a high level of intensity. Also you got a lot of small school guys that, kind of fell through the cracks or belong at a high level, or, in my case, I was a late bloomer as far as being mentally prepared for the college level. So, I really felt like if I were to be able to go back or maybe take a year to grow up a little bit, I think I would have been able to excel in that level as well.
Well, let's talk more about that, because I kind of felt the same way, because I didn't go straight from high school to the college. I actually graduated, and then I did a year at prep school, and after my year at prep school, I said to myself, if I would have went straight to Fordham outside of Christ the King, I definitely wouldn't have been prepared. I don't want to say physically for football. I would say for the mental rigors of the academic part of it. And I was kind of happy that I did take that year going to prep school, because it kind of prepared me to be in a completely academic setting where I was able to go in and transition pretty easily. So what part of it would you say were you struggling with, the mental aspect of just being your first year in college? What were you struggling with, and why? And at what point did you kind of make that turn where everything just clicked?
Well, when I first got in there, it was just, any freshman, it's especially at the mid-major and 1AA level, it's almost like a survival just to get through that first camp. It's a struggle, and for me, it kind of hit me by surprise. Maybe I was a little bit too arrogant coming in, thinking I could just ease into it, and it kind of caught me by surprise. But eventually over time, you kind of know what to expect, and then you kind of grow into it. And also the things that I suffered with, just the demands in general, the time demand. The maintenance that you need to do for everything as far as in the classroom, for your body to be, physically prepared as well. It took me a second to really kind of adjust. So, once I did that, I came down here, that's when I really started to see success at a significant rate.
Well, talk more to you about your season. You said you only had 18 catches, and that, you weren't able to just play everything. Even though that's the case, what do you think you were able to show with the limited amount of just the receptions and a lot of running? Because, like I said, it was a lot of blocking that you were showing. And I'm going to say this because I personally think cut blocking is some BS, and I was kind of disgusted when I saw you kind of coming across and going low. But as part of the blocking, did you kind of take a point of emphasis to say, I'm going to focus, since we're doing a lot of running, I'm going to try to focus more on becoming the best blocker, because that is like a underrated aspect of tight ends, because being a receiving tight end, you're only known as that. But are you, for a receiving tight end to know how to block, that is huge. So what did you think you had to what did you kind of focus on that even though you were making catches, you had to put a lot of work into another area?
Well, during the season, I was really focused on just doing whatever I could to help our team win. But as far as the film aspect, when we were cutting clips and doing all that, I want to show these scouts and everybody who wants to watch my film, I want them to show them that I'm multifaceted. I want them to know that I'm blue collar and I will, get attached to the line and make it happen, up front. And when I get the chance, I can do it all. I want them to know that I'm a blue collar athlete who's willing to do whatever it takes, basically.
Okay. So let's talk more about the numbers that you have been working with as far as your training and everything. If you had the opportunity to do a pro day, to run, the 40 and everything, what kind of numbers do you think you will post up at these, I guess, at the core workouts, such as the bench, the 40, the 3-cone, and the L drill? The 3-cone and the short shuttle. What kind of numbers do you think you're going to post up?
Well, I have most of the videos actually online on YouTube, and what's not left will be posted. There will be a video coming up of me doing 24 reps on the bench press, 225. I got an outdoor 40 on grass that I will be posting, and it is at a 4.71 when I was weighing 255 pounds. And then my short shuttle, there's already a video online of a 4.18 short shuttle. And the 3 cones, I'm right in about the 7.1 range, 7.2 range. So I haven't posted the video of that yet, but what's not up there is coming soon, and I've already done it all. So, hopefully, if I don't, get that miracle of getting into someone else's pro day,
right.
Hopefully we can just, these videos will go viral and everybody can see them just to show that, I just missed out on my opportunity, but, I am, athletically able to do this at the next level.
And where do those numbers compare to the other players you were discussing earlier? You were saying that you want to make sure you're in the same range as the top guys, top tight ends going into the draft. So where do your numbers compare to those?
Well, I do know that 24 reps of bench press would have put me at second place at the NFL Scouting Combine. The top was 31, but the second, where they were all in the, between the 18 and 24 range. So I'm on the upper end of that range. The 40, obviously, for a tight end, it's kind of a sliding scale depending on how much you actually weigh.
Right.
I'm a little bit heavier at 255, and the 4.7 on grass, everybody pretty much tells me, that'll be pretty comparable. Those guys run it indoor on turf, and those top guys are, in the between the 4.6 and 4.8 range. You have a couple of 4.5s, and you got a couple of 4.9s. So I'm right in there. I think I'm in the upper average of the 40. The shuttle, I think I'm right there. All of them pretty much. I try to, like I said, I try to be as comparable as possible to the top guys, and all I need is a stage to showcase that.
And who are you leaning on going through this process? Because right now you're in a tough situation without the pro day and everything. So what players that are possibly in the league, or who else are you leaning on for guidance through this process?
Well, as far as players in the league, when I was at Eastern Michigan, we had a couple of guys get drafted. Jason Jones, who just signed with the Lions, plays D-line, and TJ Lang, who's Super Bowl champion with the Packers. He's got a ring from the Packers. I got to watch their process. But right now, who's currently helping me pretty much, I've built a solid relationship with my agent, Vinny Porter, and the whole agency, Worldwide Career Management, and the president, Brian Brundage. He's really helps me, and we stay in, close contact. I know I'm one of the smaller school guys. They got a lot of, big names on their list this year, that are going to get drafted and do very well. But they've treated me just like I'm one of them, one of the bigger guys, and they've really taken care of me and mentored me, and I've learned a lot along the way.
Okay. So what is some of the best advice you've received so far throughout this whole process?
What I've really kind of gotten, it was from one of the employees at the agency. He kind of told me that, there's a conventional way to do this. You got your scouting combine and the draft, and then, the red carpet way. But that's not the only way. There's a million ways to get looked at. Just like I, sent you the video, I've been putting videos everywhere. We're trying to get my name out there as much as I can. And, it may not be till week 1 when you get that phone call. You never know.
Right.
So, there's very unconventional ways to get there, and don't sell yourself short or give up or get that anxiety just because, the big school guys are going first.
All right. Well, as we wrap up, I want to just ask, is there any, well, I know you have a Twitter page or any, I don't know if you have an Instagram or anything. Is there any people that you want to give a special shout-out to, and is there any social media that you want to plug to get more people to follow you, your YouTube page, so that you can get seen, and whoever who may be listening will be able to go check you out?
Okay, absolutely, yeah. Like I said, my agency, WCM, has done a great job of building these sites for every social media out there, from YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and even Pinterest. Just whatever that site is, YouTube, whatever it may be, /DY tight end, and that goes for any site, Instagram, Twitter, like I said. They're all on there. They've done a great job for me, all those. And as far as shout-outs, I actually got a little list here. Now, I like to shout out my entire family. They've been the most supportive family I could ever ask for. All my friends back in Detroit, that's my hometown, that's where I'm from. My fraternity brothers here at West Georgia, Sigma Nu Theta Pi chapter, especially the Nib Nation, and Kyle Padgett, the guys at Next Level, for helping me train, and then all of West Georgia. Thanks for supporting me.
All right, everyone. This has been tight end Danielle Yousiff out of University of Western Michigan. And is there anything you've been doing on the side as far as, outside of football to keep yourself busy during this time? Because right now, what's going on now? Because school is over with, or was about to be over with. You're about to graduate. There's a lot of downtime because between now and when the draft happens and when minicamp happens. So, what's going on with your downtime? What do you do now that this whole thing of being a college student and being a student athlete is all wrapping up?
Well, I'm a big-time gym rat. I stay in the gym so much they actually decided to give me a job here on campus to work in the gym. So
okay.
I spend a lot of time there. Like I said, I just want to stay ready as, my routes, hands, feet, everything, just to be the best athlete I can possibly be with my downtime. But also, you got to work in a backup plan. Like I said, I'm graduating soon here, and just working out internships and potential job opportunities just in case. You never know. Nothing's guaranteed, and I know that. So I'm just willing to do whatever it takes to be a success in this life.
I hear you, man. Well, thank you for calling in, man. I hope the best for you, and hopefully something works out. And like you said, you just never know what happens, because I've heard stranger stories of how guys landed on teams. And I had a guy, Demetrius Patterson, who came to camp with the Redskins. He got released came to minicamp, got released before minicamp, got released during minicamp, and all of a sudden, week 1, he got signed to the team and skipped all of training camp. So things like this happen. Like, you just never know how things work out. So I hope you the best of luck. Thank you for calling in. And everybody, again, I want to thank you for tuning in to another edition of the NFL Draft Bible Player Spotlight Show. I've been your host, Aki Jones. And always continue to check out the NFLDraftBible.com website, where we keep posting up new videos, new interviews, and everything that's been happening at these pro days going around. So, again, thank you, and take care. Peace.
Thank you.